Hi, everybody. It's Anne Lewis, your independent stamping up demonstrator based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. And I have with me today for our joint Let's Craft Together, Create Together. It's all new, this
Yep.
is. I'm going to throw it over to you, Christine.
Okay, I'm Christine Josti. Welcome. Happy New Year. I'm very excited. You can tell we already have this giddy excitement because we had some technical difficulties behind the scenes, but that's normal. Um, so we're really excited. We've changed things up. We want to, part of the refresh of the new year, part of just do some things different so it's not stagnant. And we are both really excited. And I think Anne's a little nervous about this change because I'm in charge.
Yes, well, I do like to be in control. You do know that. So
I
I am
do, I do.
completely out of control. I am like everybody else watching this. I have no idea what the project's going to be. Uh, yes, see, that gives you joy. Doesn't give me joy.
I'll be
How,
in your seat next month. I'll be like, what in the world are we doing? Yeah.
yes. But one of the many reasons that we changed this up, and I mean, it certainly was, had been doing what we were doing for about 2 years. But we felt that we were doing all the work, all the crafting. That's right, all the
Yeah.
crafting. And we wanted you to craft along with us. So when we were together when I went over to the States and we were doing the road trip after the conference, we spent many, many, many hours talking about how we were going to revamp this to make it more for you.
Interactive.
Interactive. That's a far
Yeah.
better way. Yeah, more interactive so that you can have some fun along with us. So, as Christine said, she is can we say taking control?
I'm
Taking
the
control.
leader. I'm the leader this month. We're
Oh,
gonna offset every
taking
other month.
control.
I'm so happy we have people watching live. Thank you for writing a hello and even where you're from. And because we don't always do the technology the right way, it's always affirming to know that people are watching live. So that's awesome. So thank you
And
everyone who wrote something so far.
before I hand over, I'll just do a quick welcome to those that I know that are watching. And if you are watching, please leave a message. Also, if there's any issues along the way, in other words, where the heck are you as far as the project goes, or I'm a little lost, that's really easy to fix.
Yep.
Also, let us know what you like, what you don't, if there's something that we can improve on. This
We
is session number 1, and what the first challenge that we had is measurements, because Christine's fabulous ladies, they work to imperial, so inches. Um, in Australia, we're supposed to be working on centimetres, but because we're crafters, a lot of us still work on inches. But our cardstock is even a different size. So Christine will be talking about some measurements, but you will see, if you come from Australia, you will see that we're using slightly different measurements, only
and
slightly different, and they will still work out with exactly the same
yeah.
project. I've tinkered with it. Now, the one problem with that is I have no idea what the project is. So
So
tinkering was a little
I'm the
little
one who did.
challenging.
I'm the one who converted from inches to centimeters. But so there might be a mistake, but I measured with my ruler. As we go along the format of the card we're making, you'll say, oh, I just need it to fit this space, or oh, I just need it to.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll work
And
through it. It will be fine. And
I
I'm so
don't
happy. I'm going to say we have so many people on live today, some people names I've never seen before. I'm very excited. Thank you for joining us. Um, and I hope we have fun. Go
and
ahead.
just before you go, I don't want to be harsh, Christine, but I don't know what ruler you were using, but it wasn't one we have in Australia. It wasn't anything like what I would my measurements. So let's get going. I'm going to throw
Okay.
over to Christine's desk.
All
She's
right.
going to, I'm hoping I can. Wait a minute. Let's It's always a little challenging. Idea. Let's see.
Yep.
There we
Great.
go. Over to you,
So,
Christine. And I'll
thank
get
you.
Oh, wait a minute before I go.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm going to do one more thing and show everybody what I did to prepare. Now,
Okay.
I like to be in control just a bit. So that's not the right desk top. We want that. Idea. So what I did is I decided what designer series paper I wanted to use. So I looked at Christine's
All Anne had was the measurements I sent out to everybody.
yes, didn't have anything else, unfortunately. I feel a little cheated, but that's
She
okay.
she even did a phone call beforehand to try to get some extra hints, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't give them
But
to her.
she wouldn't help me. So basically I did the base, the card base, as Christine described it. I did a matching solid color, which is scored as Christine told us. Then she wanted, don't you like this? She wanted. Then I needed, you notice I have trouble with this control issue, some pattern paper. So that was my pattern paper. And then she had a second piece of pattern paper, but I didn't have enough information. So I've cut a piece out. But if it doesn't work, I've got other things on hand. I've got all my adhesives on hand. I decided not to do circles. I just decided to do an art. So you can use whatever you like. And I then decided what sort of card I was going to do, which was the masculine. So I did a few little die cuts that may or may not be used today. Back over to you, Christine, just so that
All right.
everybody gets a bit of a feel
Yep.
how, because I feel like my everybody else feels today.
And that's the point, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is,
All right.
unfortunately.
So, what I sent out was the measurements. And so for I don't want to say my people, but for the
Yep, you can say your
US,
people.
the US,
Yep.
this is what I sent you. And then I did my very best to do conversions to centimeters. Now, I know how to read centimeters, but I actually don't usually measure or write in centimeters. So we'll see if we did it correctly. All right, so I'm going to start from fresh. Like I know I said you can come with everything cut or you can come with just solid cardstock. And I thought it would be a good place to start, like starting completely fresh. And so we can kind of do this together. So let's see, I need these kind of close. And I'm not even gonna, I'm not showing you a sample ahead of time. Like we're just gonna kind of go as it is. And like Anne said, if you have a question, like kind of not raise your hand, but write helper, right? I don't know, write something in the comments.
Leave a
And
message.
Anne and I will
I'm
kind of
watching the messages.
yeah, we'll watch the messages and we'll just see how it goes. And the other thing is, and I have more samples to show you at the end, and I will post all my photos on my Facebook page and I'll send them to Anne and she can do that too. But then we're going to ask if you want to, you can post your photos under that feed or under that post as well so everyone can see what you made. All right.
I don't, sorry, Christine. I'm
Yes.
not sure you can do that
We're going to
anymore.
try it. I
Yeah.
saw someone else
If,
had it done, so we're going to try
ah,
it.
in a group you can, in a open,
Yeah.
I don't think you can,
Yeah,
but
I thought
we're
I
going
had
to
saw
try.
someone did it, but we'll give it a try. And if not,
Yep.
we'll figure it out. Okay.
Yep.
So the first thing I wrote here is my card base is really going to be just flat. It's not going to open. So it's 5.5 by 4.25. And then I wrote quarter sheet because, as Anne said, Australian paper is not exactly the same measurement. So I believe they are 8.25
Yep.
by, is it 21 centimeters?
8.25 by 11 3/4 nearly, just under that.
Yeah. And so ours is 8.5 by 11. So
Yep.
that's why I wrote, excuse me, a quarter sheet. Actually, we're not even using that color. I'm going to use crumb cake. You can use any colors you want. So what I'm going to do is just cut this so it's a quarter sheet. So I'm going to cut mine to 5.5 by 4.25. So if you're doing centimeters, hopefully I measured it correctly, and it's 14 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. But it's a quarter
Now,
sheet.
I will say, just for everybody, so there's no confusion, if you're using metric system, our measurements won't be exactly the same. They'll be slightly narrower on the side because ours we haven't got as much width to play with. I've kept to what I call a standard card base, which is always 5.5 inches by 4 1/8, and worked it to that. The measurements on the list that I've sent out on my page will work with Australian cardstock or English cardstock, and the measurements that Christine sent out will work for US cardstock. Back
Yeah.
to you.
Thank you. So as we're working along and going forward, we're going to have this conversion issue each time we make something. So you can even let us know saying, you're doing a great job with the conversion, or just keep it to
You're
inches,
making it
just keep it to
harder for us.
centimeters. Right. So
Yeah.
just, let us know. But anyways, this is a quarter sheet. And so this one, I'm going to actually use this whole length of this side. So that's why you can do the same thing too for Australian paper. But I'm going to solid 3 3/4 by 8.5. So I know that that's 8.5. So I'm just going to cut this to 3 3/4. And then I'm going to score this in half at 4 1/4. So score yours, whatever your half is. Okay. And so I'm using cloud cover, and this is crumb cake, and I really like them together. And then my other piece, which I had said on here, I'm just going to do it now because I have it here. The inside white or lighter color, whatever you want on the inside of your card, I'm going to do at 3.5 by 4. And I should specify also, I always do width by length. So like this is width by length. So for my inside of my white, I hope I'm not confusing you guys. I want it to be 3.5 by 4. And if you want to wait on that, you can, we can put the card together and then you can just measure your card to figure out what your inside will be. That's fine too. I just figured I had my white here and I was just going to cut it.
Or
All
you
right.
can
So
do
that's
what
the
I
inside.
did and make my solid color white, which meant I didn't need an insert.
Exactly. That works too. So this is the paper I'm going to use. I'm actually going to open up the whole pack right now. This is brand new paper. It will be available next week on January 6th. And I'm actually using the whole suite that goes with this paper.
I
Um,
love this paper.
yeah, it's not in the mini catalog, but it is one of those online exclusives. Like, so it's, how they kind of release online stuff at the same time as the catalog. So this is one of those online things. So I actually just did my live this week showcasing this paper, just this particular piece of paper. You can always go back and look, but I know I haven't posted the photos yet, but it's just beautiful. And the cool thing is you get 3 sheets for each design in this pack, which is really nice because sometimes we just want a little bit more than 2 sheets. And so you get these fun flowers, and the flowers mimic the stamps, which I'll show you because I'm going to use the stamp as well. And this is the beautiful Secret Sea color that we love. And then that's the final paper. So it's really pretty. It's kind of, I like in January, kind of a calm. And so to me, these colors are kind of calm. So these are the 2 prints that I'm going to use.
So what did you say the
This,
name of this?
it's called, oh, maybe I didn't. It's called Lovely Bloom. No, Lovely Blossoms.
Thank you.
Called Lovely Love. Mary Lou
I
said,
love-
could we post to your websites? Yes, we're gonna figure that out, Mary Lou. We'll just kind of have to do that live. I will post pictures of my samples, and hopefully you can post under them. Certainly you can post on the one that you always do, but I'm hoping we can do the public page. All right. So for my main pattern paper, it's 3.5 by 4, which is actually the same size as my inside of my card. So I want the direction of this flowers to go in this way. So I'm going to cut 3.5 here. And then it's going to be 4 inches long. Again, as I put it together, you will see how it fits together. And then if you're having trouble with the measurements, it will make sense. And the other pattern is just a smaller piece, is 1.25 by 4. So I'm going to use this piece and I'm going to cut this at 1.25. And again, you could always cut this after too. You can always see what I'm doing and then put it together. Although that doesn't necessarily mean you're creating at the same time as us. How you doing, Ann? Yours is already cut, so you're probably just watching, right?
I'm watching and I'm
Okay.
trying to get ahead of you because that's what I have
What you
to do.
do?
Yes, that's what you do, but I don't know what to do.
Okay, so here are my pieces, right? I have my card base. I'm going to fold this in half.
I love that color combination.
Isn't it
Now,
pretty?
I'm going to check. How's everybody going?
Yep.
Leave a message. Let us know whether we're going a little too fast yet or you've got it all under control.
Because I can always talk about, actually, as you're doing that, I'll just show the stamps and the dies that go with that paper. Just to have the time. So this is Lovely Arrangements. The paper was Lovely Blossoms. And I am in love with these words and the size and the fonts. It's beautiful. The flower's pretty, it's nothing earth shattering, but I love the words. And then these are the dies. So this is actually my first set of the new packaging. And you can see that they're super skinny. It's an envelope. And the dies and the stamps are the same size. And I will be honest, I know there's some controversy. Some people like it, some people don't. And I'm going to show you, actually, I'll show you as I stamp, I'll show you that part. But I'm just trying to give a little time. Let's see. Mary Lou says, I haven't chosen my second pattern paper, but that's fine. But so far, so good. Although I'm going to do that piece right now. I'm going to stick this on. I'm going to glue this on right here. And I'm going to do that so then I can kind of center better my other piece. So I'm going to take that little strip that we cut and I'm just going to adhere it. Where did my glue go? Here it is. Oh, a little panic for a second that my glue was not there. I'm just going to glue that right to the right side and I'm going to pay attention to my borders. I'll hold it up so that they're even. Okay.
Done.
Okay, good job, Anne. Gold star.
Yeah, I needed that.
All right, so the next part, how about we do this? We're going to add the pattern paper on top of the folded paper. So that's just going to go like that. And if you didn't have pattern, you wanted to do it like another color of textured, that would totally work. All right.
And you
So
could
that's
use some embossed
just all
paper.
sorts.
There's so
Yeah,
much
all
you could use.
sorts. And
That.
that's what I
Yeah.
kind of said in the, I don't want to say the promo, but the lead up. This is a really versatile card that you can launch from many different ways. So since I'm here, I might as well open this up and I'm going to put the white on the inside if you're putting a color on the inside. If you, Anne showed us she's hers is white, so she's not putting a color on the inside. But I'm just going to put my color on the inside. All right. So this is like, a little mini card here in itself, just a little mini card. But we're going to take this little mini card and we're going to add it to our base. So I'm just going to glue, and if you use your tape runners or whatever, I'm going to glue it here. And so the reason why I put this on first is now I can really see, I can kind of center that so I have the same borders on either side. And you'll see also with this folded, the edge goes straight to the bottom. So there's no border on the top and the bottom. And that, so that's, you can kind of, will help you as you're cutting with those conversions. So it's really the same width or length, I guess, depending on which side you have, the same size as your cardstock. All right. So really, this is kind of the card before we decorate it. So it just lifts up this way. And it will still stand. If someone put it on a I always say a mantle, but then Anne's like, I don't have a mantle. Your tabletop. But it will still open up even though it's a flat cardstock. How you
So
doing, Anne?
totally lost.
Okay. Do you want can you show me your screen and I'll help?
I think it comes down to my measurements. So wait a minute, where am I? I'm there. I do. So I put that on there, which is what you did.
Yep.
All right, so that looks okay. Then this is supposed to sit like that.
Right.
But I've got gaps. You didn't
You're
have gaps.
supposed to. Yes, I do.
Oh, so it sits exactly the same
Yeah.
size,
The
like
top and
that.
the bottom are exactly the same, and then there's a little border on the left and the right. So yours is perfect.
Thank you, Christine.
Go.
I had decided how you were making your card, and you didn't do it like that.
Aha. I'm
See?
not surprised.
I know.
So once you have that on there, you can flip back to my my screen. And Mary Lou says, "Good job, Anne."
Thank you, Mary Lou. And you're going to say, but I got it in first time, Mary Lou, she'll say. Anyway, but before you just go on, we have
Yes.
so many comments, and I'm just going to welcome everybody. I'm not going to go through everybody. There's so many really from all around the states, from around Australia. It's so nice to see you all here so far. There's Carol from Las Vegas, which is where we were a couple of weeks ago. There's so many people here today, and there's a lot of really positive feedback so far, except for
Excellent.
my question. Um, and we're right to go. No, Mary Lou says you won't see mine. I got it. Wait a minute. Crooked.
Oh no, Mary Lou. That's
That's
okay.
okay. That's why we have so much paper in our stash. We
That's
can
right.
always go back and do it. Now, I'll throw back to you, Miss Christine.
All righty.
Or
Thank
are we
you.
back to you? Oh, we are
Nope.
back to you.
We're
Yep.
on me. Yep. That's fine.
Yep.
So let me turn this up so at least the logo is going the right way. All right. So here is the pretty much the base of the card. We have this little flip up. Nancy, this might look familiar because I'm going to show I copied from one of your cards a while ago. So this is a stamp set I'm going to use. So from now on, January 1st forward, all Stampin' Up! Stamps will be photopolymer. They will not be doing red rubber stamps any longer, and they'll be coming in these envelopes. So I actually showed a little bit of my live. I filmed a video, and which I will post in my newsletter. But I didn't bring one that. Oh, I actually have one. Hold on 1 second here. I can show you a stamp set. I'll show you this one. So when you get one brand new, this one I haven't used yet, it will look like this. So it will have like a floppy plastic and a thicker plastic. And that's how they come. And then they just kind of fit back in here. But if you're anything like me, if you take them all off, and there's going to say no way you're going to get them back on to fit. So what I did was I stamped a backing and then on white paper, and then I glued that flimsy plastic on here. So then I know where they go. I won't go through the whole thing of how I did it. I'll post that video so you can see. But in case you're wondering, how did she get her printed sheet? I made it myself. So I'm going to use the flower and the leaves, and I think I'll make this one a thank you because I'm going to show you. It's not thank you. That one's thank you. And actually, I'm going to put that right back on here. Oops. They're sticky when they're new. And then I'm just going to stick this right back on here. And so that's how I know where it goes. Okay, so I have my blocks ready. And oh, did I bring up another? I thought I did. I guess I didn't. I'm just going to use this one. And I'm going to stamp. This was actually leftover white from when I cut the white for my inside of my card. I'm using Secret C. Stamp a little flower. And this flower can be all sorts of flowers. It could be a hibiscus flower. It could be, you could kind of turn it into a zinnia. It could be all sorts of flowers. And this is old olive. And there are dies, so, although these aren't that hard to cut out with scissors if you needed to. All right, and the dies. So Ann and I were having this chat, I think it was off camera, about how the some people's magnet sheets don't fit inside the envelopes. I know mine don't. So what I'm doing is, at least for now, but I think it's going to work. I'm taking a clear envelope, like Stampin' Up sells a clear envelope. But sometimes you get them even when you buy the dimensionals or different things. If I save them to reuse them, I'm going to keep my loose little dies in the clear envelope, and I'll leave the big dies attached to this, and then I'll just put them both in the envelope this big envelope because I can see them. It seems to be working as long as you put them back. You just don't leave them on your table. All right, so I'm going to use these 3. And I'm going to use my mini machine. And your cards can have any type of focal point. I just decided to use these 2 flowers. And these are pretty easy. Oh, right on the first try. These are pretty easy to line up.
Now, Christine, while you're putting that
Yes.
through,
Mm-hmm.
we've been doing in Australia, in Queensland, we've been very lucky, and we've been doing some craft and connect classes, events with other demonstrators.
Mm.
And I always, I try and use my little mini because my arm isn't strong enough for the other one on some days.
Yep.
And I got told to use where is it? The grey plate, which is actually
Oh,
the embossing plate.
it could have been me who told you that, because look, that's exactly what I have here. So
Ah, well,
I
I got it from the
oh,
Craft and Connect. Obviously, I remembered that one,
I
probably
did
because
a
it's more
horrible
recent.
job with that flower.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Um,
So look what
but
I did in. So
yeah,
try them out because each mini machine, you
it's
always
different.
need the same thickness, but for some reason, each mini machine has more variance than the big machine. And so just try out your different plates. I don't even know where my other ones are. And then I wrote with a paint marker on this plate because even though it tells me this is for embossing folders, I said die cutting this plate plus 2 clear. If I want a 3D boss, this one plus the dark gray. Regular emboss, this plus 1 white. So I'm using this gray
Yeah.
really for all reasons. So just write on your plate so then you know what you're doing. Yeah, so I love this machine now, whereas before I have to tell you I didn't love it because it wasn't I was having trouble. But I love it now because that works. So just kind of play and figure out what plates work for which, just with scrap paper. And then once you have it down for your machine, just write it on your plates. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna cut actually the same time. This oval, which I love, comes with this set and it's a great shape. So I'm just gonna cut that too at the same time. I know some people, of course I moved it. Some people use washi tape or something to tape them down. I don't. But I suppose because I didn't. I also usually put my thumb down on here until it's goes through, and then it's good. All right, here we go. That's much better. All right, that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use that, and I had the leaf. Okay. And I'm going to take these, and I'm going to put them in my clear bag. Now I'm done. So those are just going to go right in there so I don't lose them. Okay. In my directions, I also said, let me find them. I said you also wanted like a featured die cut punch or stamped image. Mine are my flowers here. My sample that I'm making now will show nesting 2 3/4 inch and 3-inch nesting circles. And I used my stylish shapes. You can use anything, especially once you see my samples. Like I've used all different things, but whatever size works for you. But I did pre-cut those. So that's the larger one. And this I actually used from the paper. That's part of this pack, the stripes. So those are my nesting circles. The other thing I'm going to do, and again, this all varies on what you're doing. I'm using my cloud cover blends markers, and I'm just going to kind of just go along the inside lines of my flower. Pick it up so you can see, because it just gives a little bit of depth to it, but it also mimics, this is how the paper, the flowers in this pattern paper look. So I just wanted to kind of copy, and that's it. And it gives it enough. It's not just an outline in a flower, but it has a little depth to it. So now we're ready to put this all together. I'm just going to glue my circles together. I'm just going to, actually, I might use a dimensional. It's up to you. I know sometimes, Anne, you can't use a dimensional. I have stripes on this paper, and so I can decide, do I want them to go horizontal or vertical or diagonal? I actually kind of like them diagonal. So I'm going to place that diagonally. Going to put a little glue on my leaf here. And I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I'll put that. Are your gears working there, Anne? Like literally?
No, because I decided what your card was going to be, and you've
Yep,
obviously changed it at the last minute.
I did. I
Yeah.
did.
Just
I didn't really.
how's
She just
everybody else
she
going? How's
interpreted it.
everybody else going? So,
All right.
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, as you type in, I'm gonna just show you. I'm gonna stamp that thank you. Oh, now I have to figure out where I put that thank you. Oh, probably got stuck to something. Remember, I took it off.
Oh, I wasn't looking. I was looking at what I was
No, that's
doing.
okay. I'll find it. I'm sure it's stuck to something. Those polymer stamps like to stick. And if that doesn't work, I'll just use another one and I'll find it later. But I'm sure that happens to you guys too. A stamp just sticks. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. All right, so I'm gonna stamp thank you with the same secret C. I'm going to actually put it close to my face so I can see it, but I did not stamp it in the middle. I stamped it on the, it doesn't matter, one side or the other, because I'm going to show you how to make it smaller. And I know I've showed this before, but I always think it's a good thing to kind of re-show, or especially if you don't know how to do it. It works great for like rectangular types of dies. So actually, I need to grab my die out again. And I'm going to grab my plates. So because you'll see in a minute, but the word sending smiles fits in here beautifully. But the thank you, it has less letters. So I'm going to make it smaller. So I stamped it on that side. I'm going to take my die and I'm just going to shift it over here. And I'm just going to kind of pay attention to the border on this side is the same of that size. And that's pretty good. So I'm going to actually flip it over just to make sure that the edges of the paper are within the cutting grooves of the die. Put it down here, and I actually usually cut it upside down so I can watch to see if the paper shifts or not, like it just did there. So if that's the case, sometimes I do take a Post-it note. I'm gonna use one that actually has notes on it that we need for our next date. Make sure that's good. I'm going to the Post-it note so now it won't slip. There we go. So I just shortened that oval. So I have that little leftover piece. And I just made that smaller. So that's one way to kind of make your dies work even more for you.
It's such a good tip, that.
Yeah. All right.
And
So
makes
now we're
our
going to put this together.
dies so much more versatile.
Exactly. And it works best with like rectangular. And this is somewhat rectangular. All right. So now I'm going to put the thank you underneath. So I'm going to put the thank you on first. Again, this is however you decorate your cards, up to you. I'm just going to put my words there. And I have some that don't even have any words on the front, that only have the words on the inside. And I lost my dimensionals. Here they are. I'm running out of them. I'll have to order some more. All right.
You use more than one?
I use 3. It's a pretty big circle. How many would you use? More than 3. Right. All right. So I'm going to put that right there. And if I wanted to, which I will, I'm going to put a little stamp on the inside. So I'm just going to take this little, it's like a side view of the same type of flower. I'll just stick that on there, open this up. Put a little, I'm going to put it right there, I guess. And I'll do the same thing with that marker. Let me just make sure I get the light color. I'll just put a little lines, just kind of makes it pop a little bit. All right, so that's just the inside, but again, you can put words or anything on the inside. And so that's our card. I could add, actually I will add some gems. This goes with a suite. The other thing that comes with this suite is, I brought it up just so you could see it. This beautiful ribbon, the cloud cover ribbon. It's gorgeous. And then there is which you'll see in one of my samples, but this embossing folder comes with it too. Kind of mimics one of the stripes of the paper. But let me just put on 3 gems here. And then I'm all set. So I'm just going to use one of each color. How you doing there, Anne? You almost done and ready to show us?
Dead silence.
Okay. While you're finishing up, I'll show the rest of my samples. How's that?
So good.
This is the
actually
one I just
while you're sorry to interrupt. While
That's
you're showing your extra samples, how about everybody let us know who's crafted along with us today?
Oh yeah. If you've done it live or if you're going to wait.
Yeah, let us know.
Perfect. All right. So this is the one I had designed before, but now it's kind of following along. But it's the same card, except for this one says sending smiles versus that one says thank you. And another card of the same paper, but completely different if you look at it. But it's the same paper, same format. I didn't put any words on the front of this one. I used the same flower, but I mimicked in the paper, you'll see a lot of the flowers, the leaves are blue. So I just kind of mimicked that. I made blue leaves to go with the flower. And I just put the thank you on the inside. But that's just the same card, but just a different paper. And then I have other samples. This is the one actually. This was my inspiration piece. Nancy, you might recognize it because you made it. I did change up a few things. I made, just because depending on the paper I had, this is where it gets to be versatile. You can see that her side strip is wider than mine. The base is the same size. And then so her flip up part is narrower than mine. So you have, make it fit for whatever you're doing. I made a Valentine's card with a cute little bead that is still available. Just happy Valentine's Day. And then these two use two new products that I think, oh, yeah, I brought up. I just wanted to show you. So these products will be in the catalog, in the new mini catalog. So look at how cute this little bunny is. Isn't that
Oh, it
adorable?
is cute.
Yeah. So rather than like the circle that I used, ooh, there we go. Rather than the circle that I used here, I just used the Easter basket that came with the dies. And I just put another bunny on the inside. And so these two papers are not even from the same pack of papers, but Stampin' Up! Has their paper design is awesome because like this is Timid Tiger and this has Timid Tiger. So even though they're two completely different packs of paper, I know that they'll match because it has the same color in it. And so this is from this new Easter set. So this is the stamp set, and then these are the dies. So you'll be seeing a lot more of these, but I just wanted to show you, since we can't show you the inside of the catalog yet, I can show you product. And then the other one, look at this, isn't this so cute, is a little sheep. And so it's going to be hard for you to see, but actually, I never even used it. I had some of that velvet paper from Christmas. It came with red, green, and white. So I used some of that velvet paper to stamp my sheep on. So it has a little texture to it. And then I just did the flowers on the inside. And again, these two papers are not from the same pack, but I know that Granny Apple Green is the same color. So they matched. This is actually celebration paper from last year. And then this is the stamp set, and there's a punch that goes with the sheep. So it's kind of fun. All right, so let me read some of the comments. Oh, you might have to go through them, Anne, because I can't scroll. Oh, can I scroll them? Oh, I can. Okay, as you're finishing up. Let's see. So Marty says she'll make she'll make hers after. Let's see. Jean says, I'm just watching. I made 10 cards today. Oh my goodness, and our hands are sore. So yeah, so you do it later. Marty, thanks for the reminder. Oh, about the die. I'm moving the die so you can make it smaller. Mary Lou says she likes how her card came out. Haven't decided on the sentiment yet. Great class. Awesome. And Carol will do it later. Madeline is going to do it this afternoon. Sue says she's crafting along. Mary Ann said she tried but lost. Her measurements must have been out. And that could be my fault. Card open sideways, not up and down. Okay. And that's, you could probably do a card that's sideways. But now that and that's the beauty and the trouble is you don't know what it is. So sometimes that could be a mix up. Marnie says, great for sharing the cards. Okay. Awesome. So Anne, how did you do? Let's
Oh,
see.
you think I should now show you? Wait a minute. I'm
I
going to show you
even
down to me,
Yep.
and then you're just going to see me stamp the inside,
Okay.
which is where I'm up to.
And this is also actually helps us because as we're, sometimes we assume that our directions are nice and
Ooh,
clear, and
that
sometimes
doesn't
they're
work.
not.
That's too big. My stamp is too big. See,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah. That
yes,
won't
it's
work.
just a little big. However, so that's the front of my
Oh, that
card. So,
came out great.
so I did a masculine card, a happy birthday masculine card, because we so rarely well, I so rarely do masculine cards. So what I will do, and I'll show you the products that I used, but it actually comes with these little ladders. Look at these. I
That's
wanted to
fun.
put them over there, but they didn't work, and they didn't
Oh, yeah.
work there.
But put it all up, yeah,
It
in the inside
may
there.
work there, so I'll see. And I'll have to put a sentiment on the inside. But this is interestingly from demonstrators who have already been able to order from the catalogue. This is the most popular stamp set and dies so far.
Move it
So
over.
that's
Yeah, there
the
we go. So we can see
gear.
it.
Wait a minute. The gears and textures embossing folder, which not embossing folder, bundle, really surprised me. But there's the stamps, and you can see how many options there are, and it's got these gorgeous detailed dies that you can layer, and I probably needed to do a few more, but then again that still looks
I'm
pretty
glad you're
good.
using it because I thought it was too many little pieces. That was
Well,
my thought.
actually, look, it has a lot of pieces, and to be honest, which you probably can't see because I used white because I had no idea how this, I couldn't picture how this was going to come together. I also at the last minute I embossed the my arch. Now, the paper that I use, which is my favourite paper, and it's also the favourite paper of all the demonstrators. And that doesn't mean it's everybody else's favourite paper. It just means that we can see a lot of techniques probably in it. Is Nature Walk, and just this is one I've used. You can see the ones I've used. It's got so many different colours. Pretty Peacock, but it's got all these amazing, and isn't that just a gorgeous one for some water, as that is? Just is divine. And it comes with stamp sets and a whole lot of other things. So, Christine, when
Um,
is our next? Oh, what did
oh, well, no,
everybody?
hold on. A couple of notes.
Yes,
I saw because I can see your
yeah.
screen. Um, because you have words on one of your papers, I saw that you cut it in both directions because you didn't know which way it was going to go. No,
I
not those, but
did.
that was smart. And
Yeah,
that's, yep. Or you could have waited, but you didn't know.
yeah.
So that is a good tip. And I'm glad you showed me the paper because it didn't wow me when I first saw it in the catalog, but it is really nice. So
I
that's good.
I love it because I'm a texture person, which
Yeah.
is kind of what this is. I probably might have added a little more, not that it needs more, to be honest, but I kind of felt it was a little plain, and I would have
Yeah.
added a few more stamps,
Your
in the back
arch,
to build that texture.
your
But
arch
it's
was a good
still really
choice.
nice.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Your arch was a good choice. And
Yeah,
unknowing, you didn't know what we were doing.
yeah.
And I see a comment from Mary Niels. She's new to all this. What glue are you using? I'll show you that once Anne puts me back. I have a scan and cut. Can I use that instead of a die cutter? I don't know what a scan and cut is,
I
but I
can
assume,
tell you, I can answer that
but it
question.
really doesn't matter because you can put anything on top that you want to go on top. So yes, you can use it,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Scan and cut, electronic machine, which comes. It's it's different than electronic die cutter. What it does do is it can cut shapes. It can cut out SVGs. So you can certainly use it
Yeah.
to glue any of
Good.
anything that comes out of your
But
die.
the card, oh, there we go. Really, I'm just showing you this kind of this feature, like there's the card base and the flip up, so you can decorate yours however you want. So you can use anything that you want. So yes to your question. And the glue that I'm using is called, it's like Stampin' Up sells it, but I know other people sell it too. It's called Tombo's multi-purpose liquid glue. This is my glue or adhesive of choice. Some people use like a tape runner. Um, that doesn't work always for my wrists. I have arthritis and tendonitis and all that kind of stuff. So I like the glue, but whatever glue, whatever adhesive that you want to use, you can use. But good question.
And I always use multi-purpose glue because
Easy.
I have trouble with my wrists,
Yeah.
and it is such an easy, user-friendly option. But there is a secret with it, which is, Christine, less is more.
Yes.
You don't put
And
too much on because it'll squish everywhere.
yeah, you really, less is more is exactly right. And just so you know, some people don't realize. So this is the cover we take off all the time to use it because it's like a fine tip glue. But in case you don't know this, you can take the bottom off and it's a glue stick. So some people don't realize that. So you can use either, but really squeeze little because it's really sticky and it's really strong. So you don't need a lot. Do you want to put all 4 screens on, Anne, so it's not just me? Thank you.
Did you see how I did that with such confidence?
You did. You
I
did.
say that because I can't see my screen because I'm using a really small
Right.
laptop. So it is a kind of bit of a hit and miss. So next date is, Christine?
So it is for the US, it's February 5th. It's the first Thursday of February. And then for Australia, it is the following morning, February 6th.
Idea.
Yeah.
And before you go, everybody, let us know what you think of the new format. Whether you like, if you've been watching for a while and you've seen us before, do you like this new format? Is there anything you'd like us to do that would make your job easier or make it more interactive, etc.? Let us know.
And if
You can.
more
Oh,
tips
sorry.
on the more tips on the
Yep.
direction or the cutting measurements. We're working
Yep.
it out. We'll figure out how you do it.
Yep.
And every other month, we're going to be the leader. So I'm the leader in January, and we'll be the leader in February. So I will be following her directions, and we'll see what happens. And then, so my plan is to post the photos of all of like the cards I made plus the samples. I will post them tomorrow, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be able to post in the comments section under that post. You can put your photographs of your cards under there.
And
Hopefully that
same
works.
on mine. And
Yeah,
same
and
on
if it
mine.
doesn't work, we'll figure it out. But you
Yeah.
can always put it on my. I have a group of a paper crafting group. You can always put them there.
Or you can
Yes. So
send them to us and we can post them for you.
yep. So Carol asked a good question. How do I get the directions ahead of the meeting? So I sent them out my email that went out yesterday, again this morning. Normally it will go out a couple days earlier. And I posted them to my Facebook page. So depending on, I don't know if you're from the US or Australia, but get on one or both of our mailing lists, and we send them out ahead of time. January was a little rushed, but going forward, you'll have a couple days notice. And so that's how you get them. But we'll also post them to our Facebook pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to sum up, they're on our Facebook pages a couple of days out, hopefully 7 days out at least. They're in a newsletter that will go out, and they will be available on the morning as well.
Yeah.
So there's a few different options, and we're aiming for 7 days. Just it was this time with Christmas, New Year's, and me being away, it got a little tighter, but
But
we will get that
certainly a couple
sorted
days
out.
prior. Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Ideo. Thank you, everybody. Look, it's actually been a big day, and it's been lovely having you all here. As I say, we see you again in another month on
Hmm. The
basically it's the
5th and
first
6th.
Friday of the month, which will be the 5th and 6th of February. Can you believe we're talking about February already? And I've already decided on my project.
Good for you. I'm
Whoop, whoop.
excited.
And it's
Good.
going to be a technique.
All righty.
Mhm.
So the other
Mhm.
thing is too, if for technique or if you need certain supplies, we will try to give you a substitute or an
Yes.
alternative idea in case we know that you don't have everything. So
Yep.
we'll try to give you ideas.
The two options is you'll be able to either use blending brushes or ink pads.
Perfect.
So most will
Perfect.
have ink pads.
Yeah.
So it'll be just a combination of probably 3 colors. So
Great.
easy as.
All right. It looks like people like this, Anne. So I think we're on to something.
Yep.
Good.
Easy.
All right. Well,
Idea.
thank
Bye,
you so
everybody.
much, everyone, for watching both live and the replay. And we'll see you later.
And don't forget the 6th, this Tuesday, new catalog, new online
Yes.
exclusive, new kit. And what else do we have, Christine? Come on, one more thing.
Oh, the
What's happening
pressure.
on Tuesday? We've got bonus days.
Oh, I haven't even announced that yet.
Oh, well, I just did. Bonus days, which means I don't
So
know what the bonus is, but I'm guessing it's going to
it's a
be.
$5 coupon to use in February.
And for us, it'll be a $9 coupon to use in February.
So make
So
sure
it'll
you
be
read our newsletters, because that
Yes.
information will be in our next newsletter.
Yeah. So much happening. Bye for now. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.